Hi everybody, got a wonderful permission here. It's part of the patchwork farm. It's the religious field part of it. I'm going to do a 10 hole comparison between the Deus 2 and the Manticore. Deus 2 is upgraded to the new version that's out for it, and the Manticore is on the basic setting, the one that came out with the machine. So hopefully we'll have a look. You know, in the last one people thought I was saying the Manticore was much better than the Deus 2. There were some misunderstandings. I get it. The one thing that I find with the Deus 2 is it tells you an item by the sound. It's clearly iron but gives a high number on the screen. That can be iron with a shape, but it can also be a piece of iron and something interesting next to it, and it couldn't previously tell the difference. With the new version that they've brought out, the good target will sound louder than the iron. Now, unlike some people, I prefer to have the iron on my machines all of the time so that I can hear when I'm getting into a patch of strong iron signals, and that tells me then a lot of activity has happened in that area, or perhaps it's heavy mineralization depending on the ground. But in this case, I know there's a lot of iron targets here. Some of them are quite interesting, but anyway, I don't show you all of the iron. And well, we get on with the show. Stop talking. Let's get on with the first target. See you in a bit. Hope I'm in picture, everybody. So this will be the first target. It's an interesting one, kind of. Hopefully you can see something. Try and keep you out of the sun. Maybe it's worse, I don't know. It's a 6-7, all the way on the left hand side, right on the middle. Double tappy that way, double tappy that way, 7-8. This is in all terrain general. You know, I've done a noise cancel on it. Oh, that will be target number 2, I think. Yeah, so let's have a look what the Deus 2 makes of it. I've got it in sensitive FT. I know the FT program quite well. That's also double tapping. You won't be able to see that on the screen, I don't think. It's a 30s. Oh, it's even worse that way. So it's probably going to be a piece of aluminium. Okay, ooh, ground. Oh, that's gonna make, it's rock hard. Ah, that's gonna make live digging very difficult. I think we're out already. Okay, so it's not a piece of copper. Not a piece of copper, piece of aluminium. It's a little bit of copper. So, middle of the road with the Manticore. It said it wasn't anything particularly interesting, but it certainly got it that it was a some kind of interesting metal on the middle. And it's not aluminium, so it's not that bad. Interesting first start. We'll get on with the next one. So target number 2. It's a 73, 75. Right in the middle, to the right. Couldn't really have a nicer signal. Deus 2 reading a very high squeaky 87-88. Both machines are saying that's a fantastic target. You won't see that in the screen, I don't think. Deus 2 screen does not show up well on the camera. Small target, round, according to the Manticore. Not deep. Which might be a blessing today. We're out. Didn't see anything. Do you see anything? What is that? Is that a bottle cap or something like that? It's round. So the Manticore had it right with the shape. Yeah. Okay. Well, both machines said that was a lovely target. Yeah, what do you make of that? I think that's a draw with the two machines, actually. Manticore had it right with the round. Deus 2 said it was a nice high signal, 80s, very compact, very chirpy sound. Yeah, cool. Moving on. Let's have a look at target number 3. I hope you can see that on the screen. That's a 31. Beautiful, round, right on the middle line. 31, 32, both directions, right on the middle line. Looks lovely. Deus 2. 64. Might be a couple of targets here. 64, 65, 64, 65. Nice sounding, compact target. Now, as I say with the Deus 2, you can tell a lot from the sounds that it's making. Oh, the ground is like concrete here. You know, I love the coffee bush kid in Australia's channel, and he has to dig through some tough ground, so I got to make the most of this, because the ground gets a lot harder in Australia, I would think, than here. Okay. Don't know how far away I am from it. Well, it's out. Target number 3 is quite interesting. It's probably silver washed or silver plated at one point, looking at the silvering there. It's the lid of something, like a salt shaker or sugar shaker. You can, or even an inkwell maybe. You can see where the hinge would have gone. This has been bent over and twisted, but not by me. This ground gets ploughed all of the time. Anyway, a cool target, and one, you know, the Manticore showed round, and it is pretty much round. And yeah, the Deus 2 gave you the 6D signal, which usually means some kind of relic. Very cool. Both machines, as far as I could tell, hit that fine, but you make your own mind up. Moving on. Number 4. Start with the Deus 2 this time. You won't see it in this camera, I don't think. Unfortunately, the Deus 2 screen does not show up very well. But it's an 80, 7980, mainly an 80. Nice signal. So the Manticore middle line 50, blotchy. Changing that direction, 50s, middle line, bit blotchy, not perfectly round. Seems to have cleared up now on this way too. Okay, let's have a look. What number 4 is going to be? Oh, there's iron there. Trying not to break my spade. I think we've displaced it. It's showing up a different number now, different shape on the screen. Let's have a look, see if we can find it with the old pinpointer. Yeah, it's a coin, I think. Glove off time. There's the imprint of it. Oh, it's oop. There's a shield on that. Beautiful looking shield. And I think with the letters GH on the left there. Well, there is, I think that's a heller or a half heller or quarter heller or whatever they're called. You can see it, there's plenty of detail on this. I'll clean this up later. But that's fantastic. That's an amazing find for number 4. Very cool. Both machines hit that fine. I'm intrigued by the Manticore because it showed not entirely round, so it could be that it was at a slight angle and couldn't quite register it fully. But yeah, a cool find. Deus 2, I mean, you wouldn't have ignored that signal with the Deus 2. Sometimes I think 3D screen is great, and sometimes I think it might throw us off a little bit. But I'm still deciding. Anyway, I've learned a lot more about the Manticore since doing my time in a war zone, which helped me figure out the positives and negatives about it. And yeah, I'm going to stop talking. We'll move on to target number 5. See you in a bit. Target number 5 is an interesting one. Hopefully I can show you why. I don't know if you can see that. It's a 3537, middle of the line, dropping down into the iron. So it's a totally blotchy signal. Same here, really blotchy all over the place. Middle line, but dropping down towards that iron segment. So let's have a look what the Deus 2 makes of that. Deus 2 reads 70s. 72, 73, no sound of iron. No sound of iron at all. Let's give that a dig. It's difficult. The Deus 2 is difficult to get this signal. Although it can get it from a distance also, but it's not. It's an awful sound, to be honest. But there's no gruntiness in there. Numbers are good. High-pitched sound. So, according to the Manticore, this will be iron or part iron, unless there's a target next to it. But it wasn't reading 2 targets. Sitting deeper down, which doesn't, as I've said many times, mean a lot on ploughed land. See if we're getting anywhere near this thing. So off to the side there. Let's have a look. Looks like there's a piece of string in there too. That's not attached to it. Well, I don't know if I've got that out now. It's out. Oh, is it that? Piece of trash. You see, 70s for me in sensitive FT is normally aluminium, and that's interesting because the Manticore was saying it wasn't very well, it was sort of middle of the line but bleeding down into the iron. Sorry, I hope you can see this. Sorry. Let's have a quick look just to make sure there's nothing else in the hole. Sorry, faffing around here. Not according to the Deus. Let's have a look with the Manticore. Difficult to say. There is some iron somewhere. I might have been throwing it off slightly, but an interesting target nonetheless. See you at number 6. So number 6, I hope you can see that, is a 65, 64, 68. You see it's a long, squiggly slug-like line on the screen. That way is a 76, 75, middle of the load to the right, but a long, elongated target, not round. Deus 2 reads an 86, 87. High, squeaky sound. You're not going to ignore that. Don't think it's a coin by the sounds of it. Changes from depending on the angle that you're. Okay. The angle of the dangle is different. It changes the sound. She said. Well, we're out. Oh, okay, don't then. Let's have a look whether we can find it. It's an absolutely boiling hot day. Beautiful sunshine. A little bit too warm for metal detecting, to be honest. Is that it? Okay. Question is, what is it? So, oops. Interesting. It is the lid off like a tube. Bayer is a chemical company. Yeah. Now, would not have thought that that was a round target according to the Manticore. That was reading an elongated target, unless it was on its exactly on its side. Even then, it could have been. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, both of them hit that no problem at all. You wouldn't ignore that with either machine. Deus 2 sound good. Yeah, it was a clipped signal. I didn't think it would be that round either, actually, with the Deus 2, to be honest. But so I don't know. What do you make of that one? Number 6. Moving on. Number 7. Start with the Deus 2. See if we can get you into picture here. It's an odd signal, 77, 79, 87, but there's a tiny grunt to it. Oh, that's difficult. I don't like it. I mean, the numbers are good and all, but yeah. Let's have a look with the Manticore. Ooh. All over the place, bleeding into the iron on top, above the middle line, numbers 40s, 50s. Looks like could be different targets there. Up in the top in the iron, down in the lower part, also in the middle. Well, we have to dig it and find out. Both machines are registering. It's awful. So, is it one target? Is it multiple targets? Difficult to tell where this thing is. That's actually changed now. hard ground. Have a look with the pinpointer. My one camera's run out of battery. It looks like I'll be continuing with just my chest mounted one for the last part. Is it that? Or is it? Look at that. It's a nail. Part of a nail. Now, is there something else? Manticore says yes. Interesting. Okay, sorry about this guys, you probably can't see much. What is it going to be? More nails? We're out. Oh, look at that. It's a lump of aluminium. Okay. So. Strange. With the Deus, you know, it had a little bit of a grunt in the background, but the main sound was this. So this is what they were talking about. They've optimized the target that stands out the most, which would have been this, and there was also iron in there. So the Manticore showed multiple targets. There may even be another one. I'll have a look in a moment. That's an interesting one. You can tell a lot from both machines. The Manticore, my personal opinion, I know I'm going to upset some people, I would say the Manticore takes that one, but you know, you can still figure that one out with the Deus, I think. But yeah, you can tell me what you think politely, please, because I've had some issues with some very aggressive negative comments, and I listen to everybody, I reply to everybody, but I would prefer it if you don't use abusive language if possible. Anyway, thanks guys. Moving on. Let's have a look at number 8. Well, there's a bit of life in this battery. 17, 18, 15, middle of the line, to the left. Double tappy, so I think that's on the surface. Okay, and the Deus too. Is registering a 4950, 47, 48 that way, 49. Not the best signal in the world, let's be honest, for either machine. And I guess it was sat on the surface. Yeah, I'm right on it now. Have a look at what this is. Piece of aluminium would be my guess. And I don't know where it is. Is it really such a small target? Come on, out of my way. Apparently we're down here somewhere. Is it? Yeah. It's that little bit of aluminium there. Okay. I mean, with the Deus 2, those numbers are usually a bit of aluminium. With the Manticore, I'm not so confident yet with the numbers to be sure and where it is on the line exactly what these items are. So I can't make a fair judgment on that one. Both of them hit that target no problem at all. Yeah, and it is small. Okay, moving on. Number 9, I think, I hope, is 5354. 5354 with the Deus 2. With the Manticore, it's a 20, 21, 22, middle of the line to the left, but it's just beating slightly down towards the iron. So it's not exactly round. Not exactly round that way either, 2021. Probably would normally ignore that, I would guess. Let's take a bit more out. Huh? Really? I think I could... Oh, perhaps that's not it. Thought I could see something then, but... Oh, side wall. Glove off just in case it's a coin with a hole in it, but I think it's just a washer. And that's where I would be wrong. Okay. Did I just catch it? Maybe I did. I don't know. But it's actually a second coin for this hunt, number 9. You can see the RF. Just make out the RF on that side. I actually really like these coins. And there should be the 10, yeah? 10 centimes. And the date is 1920. It's a very cool coin. I'll clean that out. We'll have a look at it later. Liberty, Equality, Fraternity at the top. Very, very happy with that. Number 9. So, what do you make of that? I mean, that was a splotchy signal with the Manticore. Quite low on the left hand side, bleeding a little bit down in towards the iron. That's just for fun. I mean, that's a 50 signal on the Deus 2, which, you know, you would often think is lead or something like that. But let's just check. That's my spade. Get the spade away. No, no iron there. Okay. There's lots of iron everywhere here, but not in that particular space, so it wasn't picking up on iron. So did the hole in the middle throw it off slightly? Could be. You know, you make up your own mind. On that one, I would say the Deus 2 probably took that one slightly. Oh no, I know, everybody's going to shout at me. If you're a Manticore lover, you will hate that. If previously when I said the Manticore took a better signal, then the Deus 2 lovers would hate me for that. It's very difficult to get it right for everybody, but anyway, you decide which one you think gave the better signal, and I'll see you at the last hole. And the last signal from this hunt Ooh, he's a squeaker. Difficult to get to it with that bit of long grass there. It's a 78, 79. Yeah, anyway, good signal with the Deus 2. You wouldn't ignore it. Manticore. I don't know if you can see the screen on that. 40, 50. It's all over the place in terms of the line. It's hitting below the middle of the line, but touching the middle line. And I think that's a surface target. If I can get close enough to it, it's sort of middle line. 48, 49. Okay, let's see if we can... Oh, we're right on it. Oh, it's a musket ball. Okay. Musket ball with a bit of the sprue still attached to it. Hasn't been cleaned up properly. So probably unfired. Yeah. Okay. Kind of cool. Stonking signal with the Deus 2, you wouldn't ignore that. Not such a good one with the Manticore, but it was difficult with that piece of grass in the way. It kind of upset it. Once I got it on a nice even signal, it was reading just below, or just around the middle line, just slightly under, and a 40 signal. I don't know. Yeah, I think you would have to dig that with both machines. It's interesting how that grass sort of affected the Manticore, but not the Deus. Anyway, food for thought. Last target. See you at the wrap up. Moving on. So as a quick wrap up to this rather long video, I do apologize, but you know, it takes quite a lot to do these comparison videos between these machines. Perhaps I should have released it in 2 parts, and yeah, I'm very sorry. Oh, apologize for the flickering torch. Not good. Behave yourself. So the lid off, probably an inkwell, I would guess. It's obviously had some silver wash in it at some point. You can see where the hinge would have been. It's a lovely little find. Oh, there's something running around in there. Don't know what that is. This was a really interesting target. It really, for some reason, oh, he's on me now. A very fast little thing. Yeah, don't know what that is. Anyway, a very unusual target. This one certainly upset the machine. It registered this elongated shape from the Manticore, but I did recheck the hole. There was nothing else in the hole other than this. So I have no idea why it registered such a long target. Yeah, it's a mystery to me, a total mystery. Anyway, where do we go from here? We had a musket ball with the part of the sprue still attached. Always nice to find. Is it my imagination, or are there some lines in that? Maybe I have to take a closer look at that item. And a wonderful French coin. I do like finding these. It's a 10 centimes from, this one's from 1920, Liberty, Equality, Fraternity. It's a fantastic little coin with a hole in. For some reason, I really like them. Very, very happy with that. And of course, the pièce de la résistance, or whatever you want to call it. It's a very small coin, GH, and then there's K. Not entirely sure what the second letter is on that. M, I think, KM. And you can see the crown at the top there and the shield. and on the other side is one Heller. See if we can get a bit closer to it. And it's from 1843. So it's, you know, it's 180 years old. And okay, it looks a little bit rough, but I mean, if I was 180 years old, I would look a bit rough too. So I don't think that's too bad a find, actually. Both machines hit that no problem at all. I'm going to leave you guys to have a think about, you know, the comparison of these two. They are, both of them, excellent machines. So far, I haven't found anything with the Manticore that the Deus hasn't been able to find. But yeah, it's certainly, sorry about the flickering. It certainly is interesting doing these comparisons and learning these two fantastic machines. Sometimes the 2D display, you know, particularly on something like that, that's a total mystery why it was reacting that way. Didn't like that at all. Anyway, guys, I wish you a wonderful time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end, and I will see you on the next one. Moving on.